Hi Yogi, welcome to your practice. My name is Alan, this is Yin Yoga. For today's flow, it's all about relaxation and allowing yourself to ground with Yin Yoga. So just a heads up, when it comes to Yin Yoga, we'll be holding our poses for about 2 to 3 minutes, or the longest would be 5 minutes. And this would allow your connective tissues, your both soft and your deep connective tissues to lengthen. And this would allow that feeling of release, that feeling of expansion when it comes to your body. So this would allow you to relax and let go of any tension that surrounds your body. So let's go ahead. All right. So from here, to begin by lying on the floor on our backs and have your yoga blocks ready at this point. If you don't have yoga blocks, then go ahead, maybe grab a pillow or two and begin to adjust your clothing if you need to. Allow yourself to stay with your hands a little bit on the sides by your waist, with your palms facing the ceiling, your heels stretched to both sides of your mat. Now keep on breathing in and out of your nose. Now slowly begin to roll onto one side, and we're gonna grab your block. We're gonna place first the block right under your shoulders, and you're gonna place the block on its lowest height. When you're ready, come back to sitting on your hips. Bend your knees and place your feet on the ground. Begin to roll yourself back and situate your block right under your chest. So right on your shoulder blades. And grab the other block to support your head. Extending your arms to the sides, and slowly begin to extend your legs down. So just allow yourself to let your shoulders, your upper back to surrender. Slowly roll onto the other side again. And this time we're gonna place the block vertically, so on the long side of your mat. So again, what I'm doing is having the block on its lowest height. And it's not as deep as what we do when it comes to, really expanding the expansion of your front side of your body, your chest, your belly. So this is just a very relaxing part where we will feel that gentle push, but without the feeling of really, forcing your body to react in a way that it feels expanding. So at this point, you will just feel that melt, right? So when you're ready, go ahead, sit on your heels, bend your knees, and place your feet on the floor. And then begin to roll back. And from here, you will really feel your entire spine is supported, while there's this gentle push coming from the block, wherein it's again situated parallel to the long side of the mat. So a while ago, just a reminder, the first one is alongside or parallel to your shoulders, this one parallel to your spine. When you're ready, begin to lay down your hands by your sides and then slowly extending your legs all the way down. And just stay. Slowly roll onto one side. Begin to bend your knees to support your back and your body. And this time, we're gonna place the block right under our hips. So go ahead. You're gonna let go first of your blocks to the sides. And we're gonna lie down on our backs. So we'll start with a bridge pose, a supported one. You're gonna bend your knees and place your feet on the ground. And when you're ready, maybe placing your hands by your side, stay here for a while. On your next inhale, begin to lift your hips. And then slide your block right under your tailbone. Now, at this point, there are two things. One, there's that feeling of collapse, that blood rush going to your head. If this is too much at this point, you'll be placing or needing a block or a pillow right under your head. And this would allow that feeling at the shoulders for the collapse instead of directly towards the head. If, for instance, that didn't feel comfortable, then perhaps you can have your entire shoulders, your back hanging, as well as your head just laying down on the mat. Go ahead when you're ready. Begin to extend one leg after the other. And stay. You might feel some push coming from behind because of the block, so try to adjust yourself accordingly. If you need to bend your knees slightly, then do so to let your hips not really protrude awkwardly, because some of you might feel that really pulling or pushing forward motion of the block. And this is really good to release the tension coming from the hip joint and the legs as we sit the whole time. Now slowly walk your feet back, bending your knees. On your next inhale, lift your hips up and slide your block to the side. Begin to drop your hips on the floor and stay here again for a while. This would enable your body to come back to its natural form, to its natural positioning, allowing for any extreme push coming from the block a while ago would allow the body to flow regularly. Slowly roll your knees to one side and begin to push yourself up. And we'll start with our child's pose. So go ahead. First off, bring your knees as wide as the mat, big toes together. And then slowly begin to walk your hands forward. Now begin dropping your elbows on the floor, your forehead on the floor. And just allow yourself to really surrender. Now, if you found that your forehead, there's so much pressure on your forehead and your mat, then go ahead, roll a blanket, a towel, or slide a pillow under your forehead to create cushioning. On your next inhale, we're gonna sweep our arms to the sides. Then this time you're gonna roll your head to your right, placing your left temple on the ground. And this is really good to release the tension of your neck, as well as your shoulders and your entire back. Again, if this is too much, you may roll a towel or place a pillow under your temple, or maybe supporting your thighs. Try to find wherever you may need relaxation. Slowly walk your hands under your shoulders. We're gonna switch our head and turn our heads to the left side. Begin to sweep your hands again to the back or to your sides. Slowly walk your hands under your shoulders as you press yourself up. How are you feeling? We're gonna walk your hands forward until you are on your tabletop. And we'll continue to create this relaxation. So on your next inhale, begin to drop your hips or drop your belly, tilt your hips out, gaze forward. Exhale, rounding your spine, tucking your tailbone, tucking your chin to your collarbone. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here. Come back to your neutral spine. And what we will do next on your next inhalation, begin to extend your right leg or right arm to the front. When you're ready, plant your right palm, and then slowly we're gonna slide our left arm underneath. Walk your right hand a little bit more forward to the top of your mat. So your left shoulder and the left temple of your head rests on the mat. Now, if there's too much pressure on the tops of your feet, you may curl or tuck your toes. In any case, you can really feel the stacking of your knees under your hips. You're gonna stay here for a while. Slowly inhale, walk your right hand under your shoulder as you press yourself up. We're gonna switch this time. So this time we're gonna walk your left hand all the way to the top of the mat. On your next inhale, you're gonna slide your right hand all the way to the left side, dropping your right shoulder and your right temple on the mat. Begin to walk your left hand and reach all the way to the top of your mat. Continue breathing in and out of your nose. Slowly on your next inhale, walk your left hand under your shoulder and press yourself up. And we'll stay here for a while. Stacking your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. On your next exhale, begin to walk your hands until you can drop your hips and your belly on the floor. And extending your legs to the back of the room. On your next inhale, walk your hands down to your forearms and parallel your shoulders or your elbows to your shoulders. On your next inhale, you're gonna press and lift your chest up as you open your chest forward, staying in your Sphinx. You're gonna stay here for a while. Now slowly drop your chest and walk your hands under your shoulders. We're gonna move our hips back as we shall go and return to your child's pose. Tuck your toes under, lifting your chest and your hips. As you pull your hips back to your heels, we'll stay here for an active child's pose for a bit until you can land your elbows on the floor and maybe your forehead down on the mat. Slowly walk your hands under your shoulders and then press yourself up down to your Virasana, your Thunderbolt pose. We shall now lie on our backs. So go ahead, sweep your feet under. We're gonna roll onto our backs like what we did on the first pose. And create those micro adjustments with your clothes if you haven't. Adjust your hips, your heels, your calf muscles. Maybe lift your head and gently place them down on the mat. Allow your shoulders to lie accordingly and let your entire back lay flat on the ground. When you're ready, begin to close your eyes or start gazing downwards until you can rest your eyes. Now slowly begin to roll onto one side And stay here for a while. With your right hand, press yourself up. And we're gonna sit on your Sukhasana, your easy seated pose, crossing your legs, placing your hands on your lap. Just stay. Now place your hands together in prayer. Bow down. Thank you so much for letting me guide you in your practice. I hope to see you again next time.